Hello YouTube, this is We All Juggle Knives with another very cool folding knife. This one from Brous Blades comes in this very nice little box here. And what do we have in here? Yes, this is the VR-71 G10 handle scales model. Now this is out of a run of 1,000 knives. Only 1,000 of this particular run has been made. Close up, you see the Brous Blades logo on the pocket clip, and you see the G10 there. Very nice. Kind of a large blade, about 4 inches in blade length. And a closer look at this knife in the closed position. You see it has a lanyard slot there. One position, right, pocket clip. And you see it has a G10 backspacer, right, with ample jimping for texture. See the liners there. It is a liner lock. Right, there's the pivot. And it has an index flipper as your opener. And for those who want to see the centering, there it is. Looks pretty good. I mean, it looks like perfect centering to me. Alright, let's check out the smoothness of the pivot, the ergos of the opening. Very nice. But yeah, the opening on this, I mean, it is first rate. Jason Brous, known for giving you very decisive opening on his knives. He's really kind of mastered the mechanics of the pivot and that flipper. You've all seen this in my last review. You know, this is the G10 Silent Soldier. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so the opening on his knives, A+. You see, it's a liner lock. Now notice the milled liner there that Jason is now using. That is very sturdy. Kind of the same principle as an I-beam. All right, and you see the partial tang there. And yeah, when I push on this, it's very sturdy. Those are skeletonized liners, heavily skeletonized to save weight. All right, and initial sharpness is, you know, quite sharp. Yeah, he does a good job. I'll try and give you a close-up of that edge. Notice how far back that edge bevel, see how far back that edge bevel is? All right, so there's a fairly wide relief grind, and that's contributing to how sharp this is, how good of a slicer this is. And check out that blade shape. It is a hollow grind, but look how high the hollow grind comes up. The primary bevel is like right there, just a tiny bit below the spine itself, right, and a little bit of a swedge there. But as you can probably tell, this blade shape is a monster slicer, kind of a specialized slicer. I have found that slicing is actually the most common type of cutting that I use an everyday carry folder for. You can see the ergonomics of the handle here. All right, this part, right, it's on your thumb pad. Kind of a big finger groove here, right? The flipper acting as a guard. Also notice a little bit of a sharpening choil there so you can get at the last bit of the edge. Then the texture here, the jimping continues up to here, right, to give you some good control. This handle locks you in. You know, often I like a neutral handle. I often like a handle without a lot of contours. But if you're going to have a specialized slicer, right, like this blade shape, well then the contoured handle makes all the sense in the world. I mean, if I'm slicing with a super razor sharp blade, I do want to be locked in, right? So for this blade shape, the handle is appropriate. And here is a size comparison for you. As I said, about a 4-inch blade length on the larger side as far as everyday carry blades. Starting at the left, this is the ZT 452 carbon fiber. Next to that, Spyderco titanium military. And then in the middle is the Brous blades, the VR-71 G10. And to the right of that, a couple of Microtech SOCOMs. And what can I say? It's a beautiful sight on the table. That's easily a grand worth of folding knives. And as far as this 4-inch blade length goes, you know, that's kind of the convergence of everyday carry and the tactical or handgun backup type knives. And look at that blade shape, a thing of beauty. This is the Satin Finish. Now, most of Jason's knives are available in satin, stonewash, acid stonewash, or blackout. All right, so that was the overview. So what do I think of the knife in general? The blade shape is A+, I'll say that. It would be cool if he would thin these handle scales out a little bit, just thin those out a little bit, so it would be a little bit lighter. You know, that's, you know, just my opinion. Maybe add some texture. I'm not sure of the price on these. I checked Jason's website just today, and it's not on the website yet, so I'm not really sure on the pricing of these. A blade like this, obviously not for everyone. All right, Jason Brous, like many knife makers, he makes his money by building up a very dedicated customer base. You know, most people are not going to start out with one of his folders. Most people are going to start out with one of his neck knives. You know, his one-piece design fixed blade neck knives, because they're so darn useful. So yeah, when I show a relatively pricey production folder, I'm not expecting this to, you know, compete with your budget folder. Okay, it's a totally different category. And you know, I mean, the haters, if you want to go buy a SOG production knife or, you know, a third Gerber paraframe, hey man, I'm not going to argue with you. I'm not going to argue with you about that. Be my guest, all right? I like Mora knives as my budget blades, all right? But for its category, an excellent, excellent blade. This has been We All Juggle Knives. I'm out.